Hello, brothers and sisters in Harjo's family. May you all be blessed. It's been a real adjustment having our new brother stay here with us in the house. He's also brought with him his lovable dog named OJ. He looks like a pit, growls and barks like a pit, but is a huge teddy bear inside. He's very protective and a lovable dog. Anyone in the community knows that this is one virtue that I did not get from St. Francis yet, is the love of animals. To me, animals are how some see children. You can babysit one for a few hours, but you don't want your own. Yep, that is how I've seen animals for a long time. They're cute to pet and to hang with an hour, if that, but after that, I need my space and my time. However, with OJ, it's different. He really has a soft place in my heart. This past week, our brother got a job cutting trees with a contractor. He takes OJ with him every day to work because he says he helps them by barking at other animals who may be near. On this particular day, OJ came back from work with our brother and had a bad day. Another coworker brought his female dog up there, and her and OJ got into a fight. He got bit on his face as well and was put in the doghouse, quite literally, because he started the fight. When they got home, he told us about the incident, and we scolded OJ gently when he came, telling him not to touch girls, but I don't think he understood us. However, the next day he began to act a bit weird. He seemed dehydrated, drooling at the mouth but not eating or drinking any water. Our brother thought maybe it was because they had him sit in the car for the rest of the morning when the fight happened, and maybe he didn't get enough air. Then we thought the next day he'd be better, but he acted the same for the next 3 days. We began to get concerned, wanting to take him to the vet. When it hit the third day, because OJ loves food, he wasn't eating, or nothing indulgent even moved him when we put it right at his nose. Our brother got a rhema a couple nights before that said, bind the spirit of witchcraft and juju. He said he had a rough night but was feeling better. I told him this rhema is a now word, so he needs to bind that spirit, and maybe that could be what's causing him to make so many bad mistakes in his life. I was firm with him to take it seriously, but it seemed he shrugged it off. Then on the morning on the third day of OJ not eating, I was before the Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, and Holy Spirit immediately made it known to me that what was suppressing OJ was a curse from witchcraft and juju. I went to Bible Promises that got joy. I immediately got holy water and the binding prayer and went into Sister Ruth's room where OJ was staying. I told her what the Lord revealed, and we began to bind, rebuke, and speak in tongues while laying hands on OJ. After intently praying, we tried giving him something to eat, but he still wasn't getting up. I knew the prayer still broke something, and if he had to go to the doctor now, whatever medication he received would work, because there was no curse hanging over him to block it. The following morning, now the fourth day, OJ sprang up, fully restored, rushed to his bowl to eat. Sister Ruth and I began to praise the Lord and thanking him for delivering OJ. After prayer, I drove straight into work again because I was so behind and went to the Lord for discernment about something else, and I got laziness. And I knew it was about me not coming to him to listen for a message. So I stopped what I was doing and came before Jesus. Lord, forgive me. Why is it so hard for me to come to you in the morning to hear from you? It's like there's a sense of fear, uncertainty, unsure what you're thinking or what you're going to say, as if it's up to me to come up with something. Maybe it's pure laziness, as you mentioned. Forgive me, Lord. Blessed Mother, please help me to come to Lord daily. Forgive me, Lord. Jesus, what's on your heart? Jesus began. My beloved, it's very important that you come to me daily. I cannot stress that enough. Not only for your flock, but for your own good. As you're preparing to be sent out, you'll need much counsel from me. And if you veer off by yourself, thinking you've got this, the enemy will ensnare you easily. Remember, moment by moment and day by day, I have a fresh word and desire to give you much clarification and clarity as to what is ahead, so you're not surprised and will have much peace in me. We are doing all of this together. I know the excitement of new projects are much fun to do, but don't allow that to take you away from me or our intimate mornings together. I too need this, you know. I'd long to communicate with my beloved bride every morning and share my heart with her. Okay, Lord, please help me to do that. All the graces are there, beloved. Just don't be lazy about it and don't fear. This fear and anxiety rising up in you is from your lack of trust in me and uncertainty of what is ahead. Shake it off and bind those demons and come to me just for us to talk. Okay, my little one? Yes, Lord. I'm glad you followed my promptings this morning. There was a curse and assignment put upon you all. Don't you feel better? Yes, Lord, I do actually. The pain was so bad this morning. And guys, I didn't realize until he said that because I was having chest pain. Gas stuck in my chest. This started happening since last week. The Lord told me it was a curse, but the clay prayed over me and it was gone for a few days, but it came back. And that day with a vengeance. It wasn't until after my prayer and the following day realizing now there was an immense relief in my chest. Jesus continued, I want you to teach your brother about spiritual warfare and encourage him to say the binding prayer daily. He has more enemies than he knows, and curses were put on you all for also helping him. He comes from a world infested with possessed souls who are given themselves over to their God, the drugs, and they long to have power and their cravings satisfied. To have him push their drugs to now walking in righteousness and following me, the devils are so angry, and so are those who once employed him. And as an aside, our news brother used to be one of the leading pushers and drug dealers in this area, but now he's turned his life around wanting to follow Jesus. Jesus continued, They wanted his demise and death for a long time now, but I've kept him, shielded him, and protected him, and I will continue to. He must now be wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove, no longer ignorant of the forces around him and the demonic influences. At this point, I was bombarded with all sorts of thoughts that this was my mind, it wasn't the Lord, and Jesus perceived that and said, Keep riding, beloved. Now that he's entirely mine, he has a target on his back, and if he doesn't equip himself with the simple tools I've provided for all believers, he will suffer tremendously for it. He has a high calling in me, whether he realizes or not, so I need you to let him know to take things I've given him seriously. So, Lord, was there a curse of death upon OJ? Yes, my beloved. That was wise thinking for you to desire to tell his boss to pray over the area he's given to work. Even if it's just him and Joey, when one or two are gathered, I'm there, and the holy angels will go before them to purify the area, break any spells or incantations, and remove any cursed objects on the ground. Pray for a discerning of spirits for both your brother and his boss, that they would both distinguish good from evil, and his boss would be led by me as to whom he employs and whom he doesn't hire. He is a wonderful man, and I intentionally and divinely put your brother with him. He will learn much integrity, compassion, mercy, and discipline from him. Continue to forge ahead with what you've discerned so far. I am pleased, and you are in my will. Go forward bravely and manfully. You have discerned right concerning the Rhema cards. They are to be tools used for evangelism, and I will continue to give more clearly daily once you come to me. Remember, always together. We are doing this together. You're not alone. Don't fear and move forward. And that was the end of Jesus' message. I can't wait until everything is ready and we share with you guys what Sister Therese and I have been working on and the new branch of this ministry will be launching. Thank you, family, for your support and prayers. Please join me to pray for our brother. It hasn't been easy, and it's been taxing on me trying to push him to see the importance of prayer and taking spiritual things seriously. Please help me to pray for him, and pray for me too as well. We also are in need of much donations for our departure to Ghana, so any amount you can give, family, will help greatly to support this mission. Love you all, until the next message.